this kind of evil has got to be at the top of the chart.
You know, Bill, I've been eye to eye with Charles Manson. I've been a war correspondent for 40 years. I covered the worst atrocities of Iraq and Afghanistan. This is the worst thing ever. I have a scene in my mind that I just can't get out of my mind. He had the 3 weapons. He had the Glock and the Sig Sauer, both 9mm semi-automatics. He had the .223 Bushmaster. It's unclear whether or not he used it. Most reports are suggesting that he left that one in the car, which means he went into the school, gets past security, gets into the classroom, 1 or 2 classrooms, and starts firing at the little children. At some point, he has to run out of ammunition. Even if he has extended magazines, at some point he has to reload. So the scene I have in my mind is these babies between the ages of 5 and 10 as this grown-up. These are children who have never seen evil. These are children who are in the flower of innocence. And here's a grown-up dressed in camo and bulletproof vest, and he's got 2 handguns, and he starts killing the children. And you can imagine the children screaming, and then he's reloading, and there's the dead children, and there's the children yet to be killed. And in this moment, just imagine the terror before he kills them. It is so unconscionable. It is beyond description. It is so evil doesn't do it. It doesn't explain sufficiently the wickedness, the depraved, reckless indifference to the lives of these children. It is just something, as a father of 5, I absolutely cannot get it.
No, nobody can. There's no explanation for it. And it is evil. You would admit that that's what it is. So when you look at things like this that happen, and why they happen so much in the United States, you know? I mean, we saw the Norwegian thing last year and all of that, but it's a good country, but there's insanity. There's a strain of insanity now running through our country. We'll get to that a little bit later. But, you know, you go to the concentration camps. You know, you've been there, right?
That's what it most reminds me of.
I've been there.
This was a mini Holocaust.
Right. You go to the concentration camps, and you go to Cambodia, and they still have the skulls. If you want to, you can go see them. And you go to China, and you see what's happened in various places. And it all comes back to one thing. It all comes back to there is an evil in the universe, and you can't stop it. You can't stop it. And we have to deal with it. We just have to deal with it.
This young man, Adam Lanza, woke up and he killed his mother. Why did he kill his mother? We don't know. Maybe he thought his mother was paying too much attention to the children. Maybe it was something as...
Well, we don't want to speculate tonight.
As crazy as that.
Well,
so after she's dead,
right,
he then drives to her classroom. How best to savage your mother than to go and kill the children she cared for, that she nurtured, that she taught, and to Craig saw a scene. My brother Craig was there all day. He saw a scene where all the parents collected their children, the surviving children, and the governor at some point says, those who haven't collected their children, there are no more children to collect. They are inside. The forensics are still ongoing. They were at the firehouse. So there were families arriving late, some coming from out of town. The school was almost a magnet because it was so good, and parents coming during the course of the afternoon. He saw scenes where the parents were taking the car seat out of the back seat and putting it in the trunk, never to be used again. This is something that, I mean, I don't think there's a person listening right now, a parent, who can't just be so just defeated, deflated, outraged, sickened, disgusted. It's just something.
And the worst part of it is, we can't do anything about it. There's nothing we can do.
The other bitter irony is that this heroic principal, Dawn Hochsprung, implemented security at the school. She put a buzzer system in the school that he apparently burst through to get to the
But children. If his mom taught there, they knew him, and he knew how to get into the school. I mean...
I want an armed cop at every school. You and I did a story not so long ago. I remember there were 2 school shootings, and there was a copycat following it, and they were Amish kids. Maybe you remember in Pennsylvania. And then I said, we have to protect these children as if they were gold, as if they were the fissionable material you use for atom bombs. You have to protect the children.
I know that all over the United States right now, what you just said, is being discussed. And in heightened security for all the kids. All right, Geraldo, thanks for coming in. We appreciate it. Geraldo will be on the weekend. He's got